Good morning, my dear students. When two or more drugs are combined together, so basically the combination of drugs, it may lead to different types of things. The first one is called additive effect. What does it mean? It means that the combination of the effect of two drugs having same actions is equal to the sum of their individual effect. That means 1 plus 1 equal to 2. That is the one which we can expect. Like in case of NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, if I combine paracetamol with another NSAID like naproxen, we'll get 1 plus 1 and the combination of the effect will be 2. So the additive effect is the most common thing seen in clinical practice. There are some other examples from other systems, like in general anesthesia, nitrous oxide plus ether, it will give you 1 plus 1 equal to, the effect is going to be 2. The second one is the most important one, and for which actually we are preferring combination, and we are trying to develop different types of fixed drug combinations, that is called supraadditive effect or synergism. Combined effect of two drugs having same action is greater than the sum of their individual effect. That means 1 plus 1 is greater than 2. So one such example is co-triamoxazole, where trimethoprim is added with sulfamethoxazole. Individually they are static drugs, but in combination, when they become co-triamoxazole, the co-triamoxazole is becoming a chiral preparation and the effect will multiply, and hence the 1 plus 1 here is going to be greater than 2. This is a classical example of synergism. There is one such example, that is penicillin plus gentamicin. Gentamicin is aminoglycoside group of antibiotic. Penicillin is effective on gram-positive bacteria, whereas aminoglycoside antibiotic or gentamicin is effective on gram-negative bacteria. So this combination will again give you 1 plus 1 greater than 2. So this is another example of classical example of synergism. The third one is called potentiation. What does it mean? It means the effect of one drug is increased by the other which does not have the same action. It means one drug is probably active, so it has action 1, but the other drug is inactive drug, it has action 0. But once you are combining 1 plus 0, the effect will be multiplied, it will be more than 1. So 1 plus 0 is going to be greater than 1. One such example you have probably learned in physiology, in the nervous system, levodopa and carbidopa combination. Here carbidopa is basically an inactive drug. Levodopa is a prodrug which is converted to dopamine at the level of substantia nigra. Carbidopa just helps in the penetration of levodopa through CNS barrier. So levodopa is 1, carbidopa is 0, but the combination of the effect is going to be more than 1. Similar example is amoxicillin plus clavulanic acid. Amoxicillin is the penicillin group of antibiotic, it will kill the bacteria. Clavulanic acid will only prevent the harmful enzymes which actually destroy the structure of amoxicillin, and that will be synthesized by mostly by the virulent bacteria like E. coli, Klebsiella, Staph aureus. Those are known as beta lactamase enzyme. So this clavulanic acid is nothing but an beta lactamase inhibitor, and it's an inactive drug. So its role is 0. Amoxicillin is 1, but when you are giving it in combination, 1 plus 0 is more than 1. So that is the concept of potentiation, and that is the basic difference between potentiation and synergism. In synergism, both the drugs are active. In potentiation, one drug is active, the other drug is inactive. But in both the cases, you will get multiplication of the effect or better effect rather than the effect of the individual drugs. Beside this, we have already discussed another thing may happen in case of drug combination, and that is called antagonism. Physical antagonism based on the physical property of the drug. Example, activated charcoal, it absorbs alkaloids. Physiological antagonism, where two drugs are producing opposite physiological effect in the same system by acting on different receptors. Example is adrenaline and histamine, and that phenomenon is known as anaphylactic shock, where this kind of antagonism occurs. Chemical antagonism, very common example is you are prescribing antacid, liquid antacid, or chewable antacid tablet in case of increased synthesis of hydrochloric acid. And pharmacological antagonism, where you will see that it can be classified into two types, competitive and non-competitive antagonism. And these two types are basically pharmacodynamic type of antagonism at the receptor level. So, both the agonist and antagonist compete for the same receptor site, and the effect of one can be overcome by increasing the concentration of the other, and that is known as competitive antagonism. Whereas, in case of non-competitive antagonism, both the agonist and the antagonist may bind with the same receptor at the same site. Usually, it is a firm covalent bond for the antagonist, or at the different sites of same receptor, or at different types of receptors, or at the antagonist may produce a change in the binding site of the receptor for the agonist. By increasing the concentration of agonist, the effect of antagonist cannot be overcome. And examples are adrenaline, phenoxybenzaimine, acetylcholine, alpha bungarotoxins. So, these in brief are about different drug combinations. And in my next video, I will come up with the topic of factors modifying drug action and special drug delivery system.